It's your boy Mad Max. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to keep your head up and manage mental health challenges while living with a disability. I'm going to break down 3 things that you must remember to not only improve mood, but to remain positive and optimistic while facing everyday challenges. And if you stay with me until the end of this video, it will be crystal clear on what it takes to stay positive in the face of diversity. Number 1. You must realize how strong you really are while acknowledging the difficulty. I'm going to quote the Roman philosopher Seneca: "Fire is the test of gold, adversity of strong men." And what that really means is that to know whether or not you're strong, whether you're a man or a woman or whoever you are, you have to face some degree of challenge. And it's not coming from anyone who's saying this, it's coming from someone who has challenges in his everyday life. Even getting out of bed is physically challenging for me, and I acknowledge that. But at the same time, you have to acknowledge how strong you really are. A lot of these challenges, most of my friends, most of people that I know, haven't dealt with, haven't experienced the challenges that I go through in everyday life. Having to worry about whether a bathroom is accessible, having to worry about whether there's stairs in someone's home. All of these things I have to deal with and worry about, and it adds extra challenges to my everyday life. However, at the same time, it has definitely given me a badge of strength that most people do not have, and I hope that I can instill that in all of you watching today, whether or not you are disabled or able-bodied. So that's number 1. Now, number 2 is you must realize what you can and cannot do. That is a very stoic idea, and it's something that just really makes sense to me. Stoicism is definitely something that I try to follow as best as I can, and I think that trying to overcome everyday life and its obstacles has made me a stoic without even trying. I'm gonna read to you a quote by Epictetus: "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within your control and some things are not." So just to list a couple of things that are in your control: your attitude, your thoughts. Your mind is something that is totally within your control. Obviously, it's hard whether you have anxiety or depression or any of these mental health issues. And obviously, adding to that is living with some sort of physical disability. However, realizing that deep down you are strong, that I am strong, that you can keep a positive attitude, stay positive, stay optimistic, has definitely helped. That being said, there's still difficulties and challenges, and you cannot be unrealistic either. Like, I'm in a wheelchair. I cannot stand or walk on my own. However, I don't say, I wish I could walk. As much as that would be miraculous and it would completely change my life and improve it for the better, that would just bring me down and make me feel really sad that I can't do anything to change that. However, I can change my attitude, my thoughts, I can change my habits. All of these things will definitely aid and help you on your journey with a disability or any sort of challenge in your life. And now moving on to my third point. Even on top of perhaps seeing a mental health professional, which I highly recommend, all of this advice is my advice, but I am not by any means a mental health professional. That even while seeing a mental health professional, certain habits will aid you in your journey. I believe people with a disability of some kind are either twice or 3 times more likely to experience depression versus people that are not disabled. I believe other mental health problems are prevalent as well. For me personally, it's something that I've very much overcome talking to you today on this video and putting myself out there. But social anxiety was definitely a challenge that I've experienced in my life, especially back in high school. That being said, with any mental health challenge, there are things you can do to help with your fight in whatever battle you have. Let me just read a Jim Carrey quote for all of you. "I believe depression is legitimate, but I also believe that if you don't exercise, eat nutritious food, get sunlight, get enough sleep, consume positive material, surround yourself with support, then you aren't giving yourself a fighting chance." And I think that is totally true. Your battle or my battle with mental health, especially while living with a disability, is legitimate. Clearly, living with any sort of physical disability makes life that much more difficult. And it makes sense that people with disabilities are more likely to experience mental health issues. So for me personally, things that I like to do are go outside even when it's cold, get some sunlight. Eating good food is definitely a big one that I highly recommend everyone do. Exercise, of course, is another biggie. So the three main points of this video should be: you must realize how strong you really are while acknowledging the difficulty. You must realize what you can and cannot do. And even on top of seeing a mental health professional, certain habits will aid you. I'm a firm believer that certain habits can improve your mental, physical, and spiritual health, which can be vital while also living with a physical disability. That's why I created Maximus Moves, with the goal of improving mind, body, and soul. Maximus Moves is a health and fitness coaching program for individuals living with physical disabilities. If you're interested and want to find out more, book a one-on-one call with me. Link is in the description below. If you also want to join my private Facebook group for other like-minded individuals who are also motivated to live a happy, healthy life despite limitations, link is also in the description. Hope to see you there. Until then, it's your boy Max, over and out.